All right, so the first thing we gotta do is get this washed off. PVA is water soluble, so we'll just throw some water on it and get it all off there. We had to put PVA on the gel coat because without an air barrier, gel coat will not cure, and I'm not a huge fan of wax. Now maybe I just use wax wrong, because anytime I've used wax, even with like using the Total Boat de-waxer or anything like that, it doesn't seem to cut through the wax. Like I end up getting my sandpaper all gunked up and yucky. It's just a pain in the butt. All right, we are almost clear here. Now we put this gel coat on pretty thick, and this is just a test spot to see what we can come up with and if this is something we want to do the hull. I think that this stuff should work pretty well for what I want it to do, but I also, you know, I'm testing some other theories before I get, you know, too deep into the weeds of, you know, overcomplicating things and my analysis paralysis. Grab a fresh sheet of little sandpaper and let's get in there. We'll knock it down a little bit and we'll do it wet. We don't want to knock it down too far and start showing through, but we do want to knock it down a fair bit. See, this is why curing the gel coat, this is why I like curing the gel coat with PVA, because it does not gunk up the sandpaper like at all. Let me grab my brush. Now I've heard, not through experience, that using PVA on white gel coat will stain the gel coat, but that doesn't appear to be the case here. Now I could be wrong. Maybe you see a green tint, but I don't see anything. Looking pretty good. Obviously, there's a few low spots in there. Because, I mean, we put it on, you saw, you were there. We put it on thick. But I got one little pinhole right there. Oh, there's one right there. But even see, like, after all that, that's all it's all there. And if I take a wire brush and scrape it, it'll take care of that. Gel coat on there, pretty good thickness. All right, let's Get a little water on there. Another product that I like that we can use that isn't PVA is we can use Orca Super Clear Air Dry, I think it's called. I like that stuff a lot, and it allows it's a lot like Duratec. It will allow it to dry. It'll create its own air barrier. Let's spray this off over here. Let's see, once it's cleared up, Gelcoat doesn't clog the sandpaper at all. All right, that looks good there. Let's give this a, not take that with us. Let's give this a little wipe. So we still have some low spots from the high spots here, but as far as our fill holes, the only place I'm seeing a little bit through is, I don't know if you can see it right here, but I'd say it worked really well. Let me get a higher grit. Let's grab some 300. Where are you? You are, oh, I didn't even know I had these. Damn it. See, this is why you need to organize things, because when things are organized, you buy stuff you didn't need. I just went out and bought 40 grit, and I had some 40 grit right here. That's how they get you. All right. Now we're jumping from 80 to 320, but it's a little spot, so I think we can get away with it. Okay, that's our 320. Now we'll move up. What is this? 600. We're going to go to 800 just to see what we can do here. All right. There's a 600. Wasn't quite wet enough. You can see we got a little bit of bleed through the old Gelcoat right there, but that's okay. Wipe that away. Now we'll grab our 800. You know what? Maybe we'll go to 1,000. I got some 1,000 over there. Let's just do it. You know, what's another step? Grab that next rung in the ladder of excellence. Just go ahead and give a little spin. Let me go grab that piece of 1,000. All right, cool. We got 1,000 grit. I'm gonna go ahead and give this. I guess I should have got my buffer and stuff while I had cut the camera, but whatever. Do our 1,000 grit. Now I'm not like putting any pressure on this at all. I'm just you know, just doing some happy swirls, little happy swirls. Just try to, you know, bring out the luster of the gel coat. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. All right, let's clean this off. Take that off of there. I wish that you guys could give this a little feel with your fingertips. Have you ever felt that way? You know, you just want to give it a, you ever just feel your leather? Ugh. All right, wipe down. Dudes, this is beautiful. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna stand here calling you my friend and tell you that this isn't way better than I anticipated. I know this is only a little spot, and if I had to do this to the whole dang console, it's a lot. But on the hull of the boat, let me tell you what. All right, so let me get a dry towel and our buffer, and we'll see what we can do there. I think it's gonna be great. It's going to be so. What was I doing? Oh, dry towel. Dude, it's so good. Like, I think the pinholes are there because I used the heat gun. I got a little too close, but that is wild. And that's that Evercoat body filler. So now we know that it works with, where's my 320? That it works with polyester. And it says that it is waterproof. So I think we might be able to get those guys off of there. Is this necessary? Nope. But are they there and bothering me? Yup. All right, so this is pretty dang good. Should we get out the whole buffer, or should we just do it by hand? Can we do that by hand? I've never tried to buff such a tiny spot that I feel like a whole buffer is excessive. Nah, we're doing it. All right, let me grab the buffer. I'll be right back. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, like, hey, it's a little overkill, right? Yeah, but we're doing a test, you know? See what we can accomplish here. All right, so I'm using Meguiar's mirror glaze. I'm not using any of the 3M stuff. I would love to have some of the 3M stuff, and I will eventually get some, but I don't have any right now. And this Meguiar's works really well. So we'll just throw a little bit on here. Probably more than I needed. Just give that a little rub. I bumped you. All right, we got it set to 1. Hey, look, spies. This is a kind of a tight angle. Looks like a good cut to me. Didn't get too hot. Didn't get hot at all, actually. All right, let's switch out our pads. Now we are using Meguiar's Mirror Glaze Ultra Finishing. All right, let's see what we can do. Get a little on there. All right, now we didn't. Oh man! All right, we didn't fair this. We didn't get all the little scratches out. We just, gave it a quick wet sand to move up through the grits, just to see what we could accomplish. I'm gonna take you off the tripod so you can get a better look. So bear with me while I do that. Ooh. But I hope that you can see what I can see, because it is pretty amazing. I think the bright light is just too much. Hold on, let me see if I can turn this down so it's not. Can you see the reflection? I know it's kind of hard. I mean, there you can see it. Look at that. Like, what can I put over there so it's not white against white? Let me put up something. Hold please, I'll put you right back here. Even there you can see the reflection of the tent. Give me a second. The white monster can's not going to do it. Maybe this guy? Oh, dude, that's amazing. No, because you're getting shadow. Dang it. How about this bottle of lime away? Maybe I'll have to move you so you can get a better reflection. Let me turn the light back up. No, it's just going to wash it out. Hold on, let's try this. Put the lime away right there. Take you off there. Like, I just don't know if it's doing it justice. But I can see a crazy difference. Let me see if I change this color. That color helps a little bit. But you can see the reflection of the tent. There you go. I don't know why I didn't think of that. That's the reflection of the light. Awesome. Well, I'd say we're pretty successful. That was a fun little experiment. All right, cool. Let me get you set back up on the tripod. We'll talk about it and wrap this one up. All right, so I say so a lot. I gotta work on that. Saying so all the time, like a comma. Cool. Anyway, we got our test spot done. So to recap, we ground out the osmosis cracks, filled it with the Evercoat Pro Grade Reinforced Jelly. Give that 2 sands. Do I like this product? I actually do. I'm not doing a product review. I've never seen anybody else talk about this, so I found it and thought it'd be great to try. But I do like it. Do I want to do the whole boat with it? I don't know. It kicks off really fast. So if I could control ratios a little better so that it doesn't kick off so fast, and I can get it to do its jelly thing a little slower, and actually, you know, be jelly, because they said it's jelly, but it is not jelly. But I have 87,000 osmosis blisters to fix on the boat. So would I use this for the whole thing? I don't know. I really like the idea of it being waterproof. Just don't have to worry about it anymore. This boat's never going to be slipped. It's always going to be on the trailer. So I'm not as concerned with getting blisters like that. There's no extended periods of time that it's going to be in the water. So I'm probably just going to do the vinyl ester. I did mix up a little bit of vinyl ester this morning to make some peanut butter with, and I filled cracks with that. So I got to film that whole process and see what I like. So far I've done one section, it's a section, with thickened gel coat, and I've done one section with thickened vinyl ester. I think the vinyl ester is probably the smarter way to go, because everything I see says that osmosis should be treated with epoxy. Something to bring up that I know some people might have questions about. The boat has been off the water and on a trailer. I got it in October of 24, so a year and a half that's been sitting. Everything under those cracks that I have found, or blisters I have found so far, was dry, and all the glass looks great underneath. I was very surprised. Same with this. This console is just as old as that boat, and it looked real good under there. So I'm happy about that. There's clearly no penetration into the glass itself. So all I'm really doing is grinding out gel coat and filling it back in just to get it nice and pretty again. But this was super successful. Like, this feels like just glass, you know, like just crystal clear, crystal cool. It's great. So that's going to be our video. Obviously, if you have any questions, please ask. If you have tips or things that you think that I could do better, please tell me. I am not a professional boat builder. This is my project. I'm just super into it, and I hope to see you guys next time. That's it. We're done. You can leave. Evercoat Body Shop, Pro Grade Reinforced Jelly. You know, that's what we're supposed to do, right? I don't have any nails. I should have brought my wife out to do the cleaty clacks with her bony little rat claws. But this stuff is pretty awesome. So I'll catch you guys on the flippy flop.